The U.S. Justice Department may launch a criminal investigation into Volkswagen after it admitted rigging emission tests for some of its cars. Shares in the German carmaker plunged almost 17% on Monday, wiping around $15 billion off the value of the company. It could be facing fines of up to $18 billion. All right, for more on the scandal, we're joined live in Washington, D.C. by Tyson Slocum. He's the director of the energy program at Public Citizen, a consumer rights lobby group. Tyson, thank you very much for joining us now. Anything particularly unique about the situation Volkswagen is in right now?
Oh, absolutely. I've never seen a case as premeditated a fraudulent plan as Volkswagen is alleged to have done here. Not only did they secretly install a program designed to fool regulators on emissions testing, but then when they were confronted by federal investigators more than a year ago, they denied the allegations and stonewalled the investigation. And so Volkswagen was not cooperative until just days ago, so this really doesn't bode well for the company. They're looking at not only, as you said, about $18 billion in fines associated with violations of the United States Clean Air Act, but they're also looking at class action civil lawsuits by the hundreds of thousands of people that have purchased diesel cars from Volkswagen, who clearly purchased a fraudulent product. And then, as you said, we have been urging the Department of Justice to initiate a sweeping criminal probe, particularly of any of all executives involved in the decision-making of this fraudulent scheme.
All right. What kind of consequences would you, as a consumer rights lobby group, like the company to face?
Well, obviously, for anybody that has purchased one of these vehicles, they need to be compensated because Volkswagen was advertising a high-performance diesel vehicle that also met or exceeded strict emissions and pollution control standards. We now know that these cars did not meet those strict emission and pollution control standards. So as a result, consumers were sold a false bill of goods. They paid for something that they did not receive. And under federal tort law and under class action civil lawsuits, consumers are entitled not just to receive compensation for that, but they can also sue for punitive damages to the company to send the company a financial signal to not engage in that kind of nefarious behavior in the future.
Tyson,
so the company is looking at huge liabilities.
All right, Tyson, very briefly, if I can get from you, do you think this problem could be wider than Volkswagen?
I'm not sure. The organization that first uncovered this does laboratory testing for all types of manufacturers and vehicles. They only saw these anomalies with Volkswagen. So I would be surprised if other automobile makers were engaged in the same thing. But it does raise questions. If Volkswagen was willing to go through these lengths to deceive and lie on this particular issue, what else have they been doing in their automobile division? So I think we're looking at some big investigations at Volkswagen.